Before it became a billion-dollar brand, before its logo became a symbol recognized in every city, there was simply a boy named Louis. Louis Vuitton was born in 1821 in Angers, a quiet village in eastern France. It was a hard life. His father was a farmer, strict and practical, and his mother died when he was only 10 years old. The loss left a deep mark. By the age of 13, Louis made a decision that would change his life forever. He would leave. And so, with almost nothing to his name, he ran away from home. But this was not a story of catching a train or a bus. This was 1835. Louis had to walk. On foot, he crossed over 250 miles of forest, countryside, and mountains to reach Paris. The journey took over 2 years. Along the way, he worked odd jobs, sweeping, helping farmers, cleaning, anything to earn a meal. At night, he slept in barns, under wagons, or in the open. And yet, through hunger and hardship, Louis pressed forward, driven by something inside him. By the time he finally saw the skyline of Paris, the city was buzzing with change. Steamships and trains had arrived. The wealthy were beginning to travel more than ever, and they needed luggage. Louis had arrived at the perfect moment, though he didn't know it yet. Paris was a city of opportunity, but for a boy with no money or name, it was a city of survival. Louis apprenticed under a master boxmaker and packer named Monsieur Maréchal, a trade that combined craftsmanship with problem-solving. Boxmakers didn't just build trunks. They carefully packed them for their wealthy clients, arranging everything from dresses to hats to porcelain. This work taught Louis about precision, organization, and the desires of the rich. For nearly 2 decades, Vuitton honed his craft. In 1854, he opened his own workshop in Paris. On the sign above his shop, he wrote, "Securely packs the most fragile objects, specializes in packing fashions." But Louis had a vision, a radical idea that would change travel forever. At the time, trunks were round-topped, made of heavy leather. They were beautiful, but impractical. You couldn't stack them. They absorbed water. They took up too much space. Louis designed something new, a flat-topped, rectangular trunk made of durable canvas. It was lighter, stronger, waterproof, stackable. It was the birth of the modern suitcase. Word spread quickly through Parisian society. Soon, Louis Vuitton was not just a craftsman. He was an innovator. The mid to late 1800s were the golden age of travel. Steamships connected continents. Railways stitched Europe together, and with travel came a new class of elite explorers, industrialists, and aristocrats who wanted to travel in style. Louis Vuitton's trunks became the ultimate status symbol. They were more than luggage. They were engineering marvels. Some had drawers, others had custom compartments for bottles of wine, hunting rifles, or elaborate gowns. Every piece was handcrafted. Louis's reputation soared. Even royalty noticed. Empress Eugénie, the wife of Napoleon III, appointed Vuitton as her official boxmaker and packer. This was the 19th century equivalent of a celebrity endorsement, and it made Vuitton's name. When Louis's son, Georges Vuitton, joined the business, he had his own ideas for innovation. He introduced the signature LV monogram canvas in 1896, decorated with quatrefoils and flowers. Not only was it beautiful, it was a direct attempt to stop counterfeiters who were already copying Vuitton's designs. But history is never just light, and Louis Vuitton's story has a shadow. In 1940, France fell to Nazi Germany. The country was split, half occupied by German forces, half ruled by the Vichy regime under Marshal Pétain. Many businesses fled, others resisted. Louis Vuitton's family made a different choice. They collaborated with the regime. They kept their stores open, and even opened a shop near the Hôtel du Parc, where Pétain's government was based. They produced trunks and goods for Nazi officials and Vichy collaborators. This chapter was hidden for decades, buried in the brand's official history, until a 2004 book uncovered it. The company has since acknowledged this collaboration, calling it a dark moment in its past. It is a reminder that even luxury is not free from the choices and compromises of history. After the war, Vuitton had to rebuild its reputation, and rebuild it did. The brand expanded beyond travel trunks into handbags, wallets, and accessories. Georges Vuitton and his descendants turned it into a fashion powerhouse. By the 1980s, Louis Vuitton was no longer just a luggage maker. It was a global symbol of wealth and taste. In 1987, the company merged with Moet & Chandon and Hennessy to form LVMH, a luxury giant that now owns Dior, Fendi, Givenchy, and more. Louis Vuitton became the flagship brand of a global empire. Today, Louis Vuitton is the most counterfeited brand in the world. Ironically, the monogram canvas that Georges designed to stop forgeries has become one of the most copied images in fashion. You can find fake LV bags on street corners from New York to Bangkok. But this is also proof of its power. Louis Vuitton is not just a bag, it is a dream. It represents aspiration, wealth, and belonging. For some, it is art. For others, it is a target for critique, a symbol of consumerism and status obsession. Either way, it is impossible to ignore. Louis Vuitton's story is not just about fashion. It is about transformation. A runaway boy who walked for 2 years to Paris. A craftsman who reinvented travel. A family business that survived war, scandal, and counterfeiting to become one of the most powerful brands in the world. But it is also about memory. Every LV trunk carries not just clothes, but history. A history of innovation, a history of controversy, a history of how luxury is made and what it costs. If this story opened your eyes to the hidden past behind the world's most famous luggage maker, share this video with someone who loves fashion, history, or luxury. And don't forget to subscribe to Untold History, because we have many more stories like this waiting to be unlocked.